Dr. V. Premalata. She pursued her undergraduate in BSc Biology at the University of Madras. She then went on to do her teaching degree in the University of Madras. Taking a keen interest in Sanskrit, she then studied masters in Sanskrit with Karnataka Open University. She pursued her MPhil, which was on Gorakshanata's Amanask Yoga, which is a unique treatise that explains yoga, which is benefit of mind. She continued her studies with a doctorate in Sthala Vrakshas in the Puranas, a biosocial study. Her focus on research is mainly in different fields of biological science from ancient Sanskrit treatises.
Swagatam. Welcome to UGC lecture series in Sanskritam. We have come to the 10th episode today. Let's deal with a new topic today. Today's topic is Kopartham Bhumi Pariksha, examination of land for the construction of well, that is water divination in short. What is water divination? Let's go into the subject. Water is one of the Panchabhutas, as all you know. It has been rendered an exalted position in all our scriptures. Making water available to the public by constructing lakes, wells and water reservoirs was considered very meritorious and came under Purta Dana, highly meritorious Dana. Puranas contain information on the Dana of water. From Rig Vedic times, dams, canals and other water reservoirs were constructed as evidences abound in our scriptures. Rig Veda says, plants spread upon barren lands as waters spread over them. It further adds that water was made available in barren regions, arid regions, by the construction of ponds, Anopya, wells, Kanitrima, Varshiki, rainwater which was brought in pitchers. Shatapatha Brahmana describes the vital role played by water. It extols water, saying that the essence or the sap of the plant is water and the plants should be consumed along with natural water for hydrating the system for the complete satiation. Otherwise, satiation does not occur by merely drinking water. Since the plant contains the essential sap, it is with a lot of water, plants should be consumed. We came across watering in planting methods and different types of water reservoirs in the layout of the gardens. Rig Veda has the embanked rivers from which the excess water is stored in common receptacle, that is from the lakes in rainy season, and when the lakes are brimming with a lot of water, that water falls into the canal and these canals and then are connected, and then there is a common receptacle, a water reservoir is constructed and the excess water gets drained into the reservoir. From the reservoir, whenever necessity arises, water is distributed to public, and irrigation is of utmost importance because we are agrarian society. Irrigation with water is described in Ashtadhyayi. As you all know, Ashtadhyayi is written by Panini. Atharva Veda narrates the storing of rainwater. So, storing rainwater is not new to Indians. It has been happening from the period of the Vedas. Water was drawn and poured out with contraptions consisting of a stone wheel. It was called Ashma Chakra, and there was a strap binding it, Varatra, and there was a pail, a kosha, to collect the water, and it has been woven from the days of Rig Veda. Hence, irrigation, construction of reservoirs and rainwater harvesting, they all have been for time immemorial in India. It is not a novelty in India. Rainwater conservation was done in India many years ago. Let us go to the first verse in Kopartham Bhumi Pariksha. This is something like a hide and seek game. There are signs and you go Look for the signs in an arid place and find out water. It's like a game and it's very interesting. Let's see what the signs are. One should dig a well in a place that has springs with an upward thrust from the earth and flows in all the directions. You will have to understand the water bed, and one should plan the well accordingly. One should dig the well where there is an upward thrust of water from the water bed. Padalat urdhvagamaha shiraha prasarpanti sarvato dikshu nirasya bhumi madhye jnatva taha kalpayet kupam. So, now we come to all the telltale signs of water. Yadi vetasa amburahite deshe hastaihi tribihi tatah paschat sa ardhe purushe toyam vahati shira paschima tatra. If a place is devoid of water and bamboo trees are there, indicating that it is an arid territory. If there is bamboo, that means there is less water. Water can be got 3 hastas away, as I told you in one of the previous episodes. Hasta is a measure, and I have given particulars of that in one of the previous episodes. Hastas away towards the west after half a purusha length. Now, purusha is also a measurement. Some authors believe that purusha is 6 feet and some authors do not. So, it depends. Here one of the authors have given 2 cubits and 6 digits for half a purusha, and below the earth in the west, in the western direction, water head could be found. You will find a spring if you search for it. So, the next verse says Chinnamapi cha ardha purushe mandukaha pandurohi mritpita putta bedakascha tasmin pashane bhavati bahutoyah. After the ardha purusha, that is half the purusha depth, if a pale frog is found and the soil being yellow, underneath that rock a plenitude of water is available. So, this is a sign of abundant water source. So, if you find any pale frog near a tree or some other place, then you are sure to guess that water source is available there, but otherwise frog is an amphibian and it won't live there. If there is no water, a frog will not live there, being an amphibian. This is the desert frog. You can see that they are pale in color. This is one of the camouflage mechanisms in fauna. Jambu vrikshasya prag valmikah yadi bhavet samipastha tasmat dakshina parshve salilam purushadvaye sadhu. If an anthill is seen in close proximity of a jamun tree, to the tree's south, water is available under the depth of 2 men put together. It is approximately 2 feet if you calculate that one man is 6 feet. Given that a man's height is 6 feet, approximately under 12 feet you can get water. So, under a jamun tree, an anthill should be there. Now, anthill is also a telltale sign of water because ants build ant hills with their saliva and you need water. Even insects cannot live without water. This is the ant hill. As you see in the picture, there are 2 trees near the ant hill. You will always see grown near the ant hill because there is a source of water. Now, ardha purushe cha matsyah paravata sannibhascha pashanah mrit bhavati tatra neela dirgham kalam cha bahutoyam. If one finds a fish, fish means not live fish, skeleton of a fish under half a man's depth, that is 2 cubits and 6 digits, and the stone there resembles the hue of a dove. Like the dove bird, the color of the stone will be exactly the color of Paravata. The soil being dark blue, Neela soil, and one finds an abundance of water, Bahutoyam. Some springs are full of water, some springs are mediocre. This is full of water for a long period of time. they won't get dry for a long period of time. So, this is the best source of water. Now, we have the Valmika or the ant hill once again. Valmika upamitayam nirgundyam dakshine karatraya unmane purushadvayena pade bhavati jalam swadu cha asosyam. When a nirgundi tree has an ant hill, to its south an incessant source of tasty water can be got 3 hastas away and in the depth of 2 purushas. Now, let us see the nirgundi. It is Vitex trifolia, and if you see this tree and if you find a ant hill, definitely there is a lot of water. Now, Rohita Matsya Ardhanare Mrit Kapila Pandura Tataha Parataha Sikatascha Sarkarascha Kramena Parataha Bhavati Ambaha. If below half the man's depth, that is 2 cubits and 12 digits depth, a red fish here means a skeleton of a fish, not the living fish, because there is no water lake or there, is found in tawny or pale soil. The color of the soil should be tawny or pale, and beneath it, if sand and gravel, there is one layer of sand and continued with the layer of gravel in succession. If it is seen in succession, Kramena, there is bound to be water there. Let us see the other signs of water. Purvena yadi badarya valmikaha drishyate jalam paschat purushaihi tribihi adeshyam shweta griha godhika ardhanare. See, even fauna help in finding out the source of water. To the east of a badari tree, if an ant hill is found and then at 2 cubits and 2 digits, that is 3 purusha depth, a white house lizard, Griha Godhika is a house lizard, is seen, and water can be found to the west of it, wherever you find the house lizard, under 13.5 cubits below the earth. So, you will have to spot a white house lizard and a badari tree with ant hill. Near the ant hills, many trees grow. Some trees are very tall with long roots, and some trees have mediocre roots and mediocre height. So, according to the tree, the force of water will be there. That is why trees indicate the source of water, especially near the ant hills, and the fauna living there also indicate the presence of water. Here we have the case of the lizard, Griha Godhika. This is one of the lizards in a desert belonging to India in Rajasthan. So, this is a dead lizard. You will have to be very careful with our fauna, because we cannot afford to lose any of our species of animal kingdom. Everything is important, because look at the lizard, they all have camouflage, they adapt to the surroundings very beautifully, and look at the tail, it has a very special tail. So, all these features are special to species of India and they have to be preserved. So, one should not indiscriminately kill these species. Safala va badari च उद्दिश्य परस्याम जलम ततो भवति पुरुषत्रये सपादे भवति परम दुंदुबेहे चिन्नम. Chinnam is a sign. Now, let us see what the signs are here. If badari tree bearing fruits is found, that means little more water is there, otherwise it cannot have fruits. To its west, if signs of a snake can also be seen there. If you find any skin of the snake or any bones of the snake or any signs of the snake living there, below the surface at 14 cubits and 15 digits, that is approximately 3 purushas, water will be found. Water will be definitely there. If you see the signs of a snake and a badari tree with fruits on them, and then we come to the Udumbara tree here next. काक उदुम्बरिकायां वल्मीकः दृश्यते शिरा तस्मिन् पुरुषत्रये सपादे पश्चिमदिक्स्था च सा वहति. An anthill near the Kaka Udumbara tree. There are many species in Udumbara trees belonging to the ficus family of trees. There is an anthill near the tree and it indicates water spring to the west of the tree. Under the depth of 3 purushas 14 cubits and 15 digits you will find a water source. This is the Kaka Udumbara tree. As you can see, the fig fruits are the Udumbara fruits there with the lush green leaves. This is Ficus hispida. And then the other signs are here. Apandura chamritsna gora savarnascha bhavati pashanah purusha ardhe kumudanibho drishtipatham mushako yati. Again we have a member of the animal kingdom indicating the presence of water. Pale yellow sand and similar colored rock in half a purusha depth, and if a white colored rat. Why is the rat white colored? It is because of camouflage. The rat has to live there. If it is dark colored, it can be seen against the backdrop of pale yellow sand. That is why it is God given adaptation. So, the white colored rat lives there, and how does it look? It looks like a water lily. It is as white as a water lily, and if it is spotted there, water definitely flows there. Let us look at the Mushaka, the pale mouse here. This is the Mushaka that lives near the pale rocks. The next one is Asannaha Valmikaha Dakshina Parshve Vibhitasya. So, now we have the Vibhitika tree. Adhyarte Bhavati Shira Purushe Nyeya Dishi Prachyam. To the south of a Vibhitaka tree, an anthill at the proximity. So, anthill is there. Now, there is a Vibhitaka tree near the anthill. At half the length of Purusha 2 cubits and 6 digits, to the east of this Vibhitaka tree, water can be found. This is the Vibhitaka tree. Look at the fruits. You can identify the tree. If this is seen, there is a water source. Then tasyaiva paschimāyām valmīkaha yadi bhavet haste tatra udak bhavati shira chaturbihi ardha adhikaihi purushaihi. In the west of that place, near the Vibhitaka tree, that is Terminalia embolica, we saw in the last episode also. If an anthill is found in one hasta proximity at more than 4.5 Purusha measurement, that is approximately 20 cubits and 6 digits, water stream can be found. Now, we have the insects. They also show the signs of water. Shveto Vishwambharakah Prathame Purushetu Kunkuma Abha Ashma Aparasyam Dishi cha Shira Nashyati Varshatraye Atite. When white ants, Vishwambharaka is an insect, and according to some authors it belongs to the ant family. We can take it as white ants. They are seen at a Purusha depth, that is 4 cubits, with rocks of vermilion color, Kunkuma Abha. They look like the red kunkuma. On the opposite direction, water spring is found, but it gets dried up after 3 years. It is not a continuous flow of water stream. It is not a very good source, because you can only get water up to 3 years, and after that it gets dried up. This is the white ant. I am not very sure whether this is the particular Vishwambhara species, but this is how it looks, similar to this. Then you have the Kusha grass. Sa Kushaha Sita etasyam valmikaha yatra kovidarasya madhye tayoho narehi ardha panchamaihi toyam akshobhyam. Towards the anthill, if one finds a Kovidara tree, it is the Bauhinia tree. So, now the Bauhinia tree stands near the anthill. So, what does Bauhinia indicate? and there is kusha grass also grown there. And the kusha grass will not be green in color, it will be white in color, it would have turned white. And if you see these signs, in between the kusha grass and the Bauhinia tree, Kovidara tree, at a depth of 5.5 purusha, that is approximately 25 cubits, limitless water can be found. This is a very good source of abundant water. So, a Kovidara tree near the ant hill and the white kusha grass, and in between you will find an abundant supply of water source. This is the kusha grass. This is not green in color, you can see it is very pale. Kusha grass is long and pale here. And then Pratama Purushe Bhujangaha Kamala Udara Sannibha Mahirakta Kuruvindaka Pashana Chinnan Etani Vachyani. At the length of 1 purusha 4 cubits, if a snake, this is a live snake, snake is seen and the soil looks red like the inner whorl of lotus. If you see the inner whorl of lotus, it will be dark pink in color. The rock resembling the Kuruvinda red, Kuruvindaka red are the signs of water source. What is Kuruvinda? Kuruvinda Mani Shreni Kanat Kotira Mandita. We come across this in Lalita Sahasranama, describing the Kotira or the crown of Devi. It is embedded with Kuruvinda gems. Kuruvinda is a precious stone belonging to the Padmaraga family. So, if you find Kuruvindaka red colored rock exactly like that of the gem, and this is a sign of water source. This is the snake need not be red, there is no description of the snake being red, but here this is camouflage, very common in the desert, because otherwise the enemies will prey upon the snake. So, there are red rocks, and at the backdrop of the red, the snake is not easily detectable. So, these are the red rocks. Then Sarvesham Vrikshanam Adhastitham Darduram Yada Pashyet Tasmat Haste Toyam Chaturbhihi Ardha Adikaihi Purushaihi. So, now we come back to the frog once again. If a frog is seen at the bottom of any tree, as you all know, frog is an amphibian, it will not exist there if there is absolutely no water. So, there is a tree and there is a frog leaping here and there. You will instantly know there will be water at a little more than 4 purusha depth, that is 20 cubits and 6 digits. Uttarascha Madhukat Ahinilayah Paschima Uttare Toyam Parihritya Panchahastan Ardha Ashtama Paurusham Vachyam. That is to the north of a Madhuka tree. If an anthill is where the snakes reside, is seen leaving 5 hand lengths, that if you leave out 5 hasta length, that is 5 cubits after the tree and the anthill, 38 cubits and 6 digits should be dug. A depth of 38 cubits and 6 digits to its north, that is to the anthill and Madhuka tree. In the northwest region of that, water will be found. So, there should be a Madhuka tree, as you expect an anthill should be there. Ahi Nilayah. So, Ahi is snake, Ahi Nilayah is the house of a snake. So, leaving 5 hands length, after that, after 5 hands length, then you can find water under 38 cubits and 6 digits depth. So, you will have to dug that much depth to find water in its northwest direction. So, this is the Madhuka tree. You can see the Madhuka fruits which are of medicinal value. So, now we have been seeing the signs of water and how to detect them with ant hills, different trees and all that. So, let me summarize today's episode. we saw the importance of divining water and its antiquity. The signs of springs with the help of the anthill and the presence of fish skeletons, mouse, snake, ants, anthills, different species of trees like Udumbara, Badari, Vetasa, Vibhitaka, Kushagrass, Datura and so on. Then the strength of the water source and their approximate distance of deduction under soil, that is whether the water source is very strong, how many years can the water flow, is it incessant or just temporary under the soil, and how much depth under the soil, all this were discussed under this topic. So, now coming to the questions, what is the part played by plant kingdom in finding out the water sources? Where does one find water if a mouse is found in that place? How does an anthill help in pointing out a water source? How do Nirgundi, Vibhitaka and Badari trees help in the deduction of springs? So, this was very interesting today to find out, like a treasure hunt, look out for water and to find with the signs on top of the earth and beneath the earth's surface. Dhanyavadaha.